Hey guys, I'm Eddie Joe, and how are you doing today? Well, I'm living the dream. Prepare yourself. This is going to be a rant. I'm a critical care physician. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new on here, please subscribe if you haven't, and follow me on the Twitters and the Instagrams. I'm the handle eddiejoemd.com. So, living the dream. This is a phrase that's commonly used in the medicine world, but it's used for all the wrong reasons. What is living the dream supposed to mean? Well, it's supposed to be the fruits of our labor. I mean, we've worked our butts off to get to where we are. And when I say we, I mean those of us in the medical community, whether you're a med student, just getting into medical student, or resident who going through all of medical school, going through the match, even if you have to work those crappy 34-hour shifts and all that, that's what you signed up for. But anyway, there's this website. I basically Googled what the meaning of this was, and there's a website called Quora, which I'll probably put that, screenshot I took, which asks, what is the meaning of the phrase, quote, living the dream, end quote. Basically means living the type of life you want to live without any regrets, achieving all your goals, enjoying the fruits of your labor, being in real life who you had wished to be when you were younger, like dreaming about being a nurse and dreaming about being a physician. Yeah, that. Having a job or lifestyle that you have always dreamed about, that you had always dreamed about, but was not able to obtain / actualize until now. And not having to dream anymore because now your dream has become your living reality. So why do I take offense with this? Like I said before, in medicine now, it's a huge thing, and I don't know if it's just in medicine or if it's in everything for that matter. But in medicine, whenever somebody's tired, you hear them, you ask them, hey, how's it going? Oh, living the dream. Or, oh, your patients are kind of unruly today to a nurse. Oh, I'm just living the dream. People say it when they're frustrated, when they're tired, and honestly, it's unfunny sarcasm. Now, why does this grind my gears? Well, if you really think about it, you're on the right side of the patient's room. You're not your patient who you're taking care of, who, you being an able-bodied individual who is taking care of patients, you're not as sick as that person is where they're in the hospital right now. Chances are you're in a better situation than that person who you're taking care of. You should be grateful. I mean, it's I'm not saying that life doesn't suck from time to time, but ultimately you can't be that, or you should not be that Debbie Downer who's always talking about, you're living the dream, okay? Think about how hard you worked to get to where you are. Think about how you celebrated your graduation from step 1 through step whatever that you went through to get to where you are today. I mean, and then think about it, if you're, for example, a medical student, every step that you're going to celebrate to what? To then be an attending or be a charge nurse and just be complaining about how crappy your life is? Well, if your life is crappy, that's on you. I mean, there are certain things you can't change, as I mentioned, but you have to accept responsibility for this, and you have to know what this career you're choosing entails. It's kind of like if you're going to be a medicine resident, but then on top of that, you don't want to take call. If you want to be a surgeon, but you don't want to be woken up for an appendectomy at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, if you're not willing to accept these responsibilities, what are you doing with your life? Then you're living the wrong dream, if I'm being honest with you. Also, when you have that type of attitude where, you're a Debbie Downer, so to speak, you make it very difficult for those people who work around you, because you're basically going to be a energy suck for the people who are around you. I know that I come across people who work with me who, as soon as I see them, they're always miserable, they're always frustrated, they're always blaming everybody else for their problems. They do a crappy job at their own job. And you know what? Those people are not pleasant to be around. And they become isolated at their workplace because pretty much they are blaming others for their own incapacities and for their own problems. I mean, whatever. That's basically that. So my recommendation is, and whatever, I just think that we should stop as a medical community, stop saying the term living the dream in sarcasm. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. If you differ from my opinions, well, that's up to you. But remember, you should have a good attitude through better or worse. Remember that people feed off of your energy. If you bring good, positive energy every day to work, you're going to bring the people who are around you up with you. Good energy never brings other people down. unless you could prove me wrong, okay? And people who are down on their energy, try to bring them up with you. I mean, at least try. Some people, there's no way to get them out of that hole, but you could at least try. And ultimately, if you don't like your job or career, that's on you. Go back to school, change your career, do something a little bit different, but stop blaming others for your problems. Accept responsibility for it and work on getting a promotion, change units, change specialties, change jobs, but do something. Stop bringing down people who are around you. All right, that's about it. And you should start using living the dream in its correct connotation, because ultimately right now you are hopefully living the dream of what you thought you were going to be 5-10 years ago. I know that my dream was to be a practicing physician, and here I am now, and I freaking love my life and I love my job, and I wish everybody was on the same page I was. I know it isn't, but hopefully you will get there. All right, so that's the end of my rant. Hopefully I didn't drive you too crazy. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a great day.